time for the Stephanie G Show. Okay. Welcome to the Stephanie G Show. Stephanie, do your thing, girl. Come on.
This is our month. Celebration. This is our month. Celebration.
What's up, everybody? I am here sitting with the fabulous Miss Kimberly Bowman. She is the CEO and founder of an online magazine called So Exquisite Charleston, and it's so much more than an online magazine. It's a blog, it's community outreach. It's first, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Well, that's good.
Hot but good.
Well, I'm glad to have you on the show, and thank you for the interview.
No problem.
Because I know you're a busy woman. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing out there in the community, and I love it, Kimberly.
Thank you.
So let's get into the questions.
Okay.
What is So Exquisite Charleston?
So Exquisite Charleston, just like how you said, it's an online magazine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blog. It's just so many different parts of it. So Exquisite Charleston itself, how it got started, I've always told myself since I've been younger that I wanted to have my own business. Mm-hmm. Like, I told myself when I was like 8, like, yo, we gonna have our own business when we get older. Like, that's already written for us. Exactly.
And so it's awesome that you say when you're 8, you started that. That's great. That's great. So
I've always I was always one of those those big dreamers. Like, I always had these big dreams of doing these really big things. Like, I used to think, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be president, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Like, but being, owning my own business was always something that I said that I was gonna do. Mm-hmm. So once I was in high school and everything, when you change your mind like 500 times in high school,
of course, the process.
So I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do, but once I was like a junior or senior in high school, I knew I wanted to have some type of publication. Okay. So I was thinking newspaper, magazine, something like that. Mm-hmm. So in regards to a name, I always laugh whenever I say this, but So Exquisite actually came from a Lil Wayne song.
So you have to go into details about that. So Exquisite.
Yeah, So Exquisite.
Lil Wayne sparked you.
Lil Wayne gave me inspiration. Thank you, Lil Wayne. So he inspired me by the song that I heard. It was him and Tygo in the song, and in the chorus they kept saying so exquisite, like so exquisite, saying it, and I was like, wow,
that caught you.
I was like, wow, I like how that word sounds, and I even downloaded the song because I was like, exquisite, like I just like it sounds so pristine, so like clean cut, like and fresh.
It stands out.
Yeah, it stands out, and it's a really unique word. So because I was bouncing between that, and I liked how So Beautiful sounded too. So I was like, oh, So Beautiful. I did some research on that, and I actually found a publication called So Beautiful. So I was like,
term probably that's used a lot.
So I was just like, you know what, we're just gonna cross that off the list. So I did research on So Exquisite, and I didn't find anything, labeled So Exquisite or anything like that. So once I got in college and I started really getting into journalism, I had my own radio show. I had my own column in the school newspaper. I was doing it all in college. I was like, everybody knew who I was in college.
So this is nothing. This is right in your area.
This is nothing. Yeah, it's nothing too new for me. So once I moved back home from college, and I was just like, I still want to work with So Exquisite, but I was like, why does it? I feel like it's missing something. Yeah. So, and people always, like, even when I was at school, people was like, you're from Charleston? Like, Charleston is such an awesome city. Yes, like, they have so much stuff to do. And I'm just like, I grew up in Charleston.
Because you've been there your whole life,
really
so
nothing much about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I figured, I was like, well, So Exquisite Charleston. I was like,
That's
that sounds,
it.
yeah, you know, that sounds kind of like I can work with that.
Yeah.
So when I looked up the word exquisite, you know, a synonym for it is excellence.
Wow.
So I like, you know, I always call it, you know, in school I was always an excellent child, like excellent grades.
Student. Yes.
So
I love that. How you collaborate those two together. Because you know, names, people don't understand how powerful names are.
They don't.
Yes.
They don't. They think you just throw them together. But names and
Has
meanings, they
meanings.
have so much powerful meanings behind it.
Yes.
And so exquisite, you know, that kind of symbolized excellence. And as far as Charleston, you know, how people at school, with all people from anywhere, I always say, you know, Charleston is just so diverse. They have, you know, all these different people from different countries, different cities, different towns.
It's a melting.
It's a big melting pot. And so, you know, Charleston to me means diversity. So Exquisite Charleston means excellent diversity.
I love it. And you know what? Another thing I love about your magazine. I want you to elaborate more on what else is So Exquisite, what else you're doing. But I love that it's just a community effort. I love that you incorporate like different writers that are out there in the community that have expertise and knowledge in that topic, and you have them to write. I don't want to go ahead. So tell us more about what all you have going on with with your whole brand, with the magazine, the blog.
Well, you know, like I was saying, like So Exquisite Charleston is excellent diversity. So it's diverse in my content, you know, my writers, the columns. We have fitness, hair care, cooking. We have editorials. We do exclusive interviews. We do event coverage. It's just so many different things, and it's so diverse, and it's just excellent people, excellent things. It's just awesome.
And then, you know, and another thing that I love, I hate to say it, but I love what you do because there is something for everybody.
Yeah,
there's a topic
and that's what I want it to
everybody.
be. Yeah,
yes.
And that's why because you know, it's a lot of magazines and publications that it's only pertaining to one subject. Like you have the automobile magazines, you have
fashion,
fashion, just cooking. You have, you know, everything has its own topic. But I don't want So Exquisite Charleston to be that. I want it to be anybody's magazine. Anybody's, you know, if I like to cook, I can pick this up and get, you know, a cool recipe. You know, if I'm doing date night, you know, I can do a cool, you know, pull a cool recipe from So Exquisite Charleston. You know,
or find out nice restaurants, or what events are going on.
And you know, see, you know, different organizations doing cool things in the community. You know, if I'm trying to, you know, tone my, you know, my midsection, I can go on here and get some cool. You know, if I'm not confident about going in the gym, I can look at these tutorials, you know, so I can go in the gym with my game face. It's just everything to be able to help people. I spoke to this guy the other day. It was funny. This guy in AT&T, I was actually going to, you know, work out some stuff with my phone plan, and I told him about my magazine, and you know, he actually pulled it up on the computer at work, and I'm just like, dude, you working? Like, why are you doing this? Like, you know, so, you know, he was like, you know, I really like this. He was like, you know, he was like, you know, there's magazines like Charleston Magazine that are, he called it some, like the upper echelon of like, you know, it's more high class and everything, but So Exquisite Charleston, it's not that, you know, not to say that it's just like trash or anything,
but it's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
For people from all walks of life, all ethnicities.
Yeah.
And the last conversation, what's your topic, it runs me to the next question with your mission. You said, is that your overall mission? Is just to provide content and information for everybody from all walks of life?
Pretty much.
Right.
And the tagline for So Exquisite Charleston is inspiration for the mind, culture for the soul.
Oh, I love it.
So a lot of people don't really know that. So
what's next? What's next? What you have going on? Where do you see So Exquisite Charleston going?
Well, I want to take it to the moon, take it to the stars, past the stars, to the clouds, past the planets, and everything. You know, I can see it going. All of the solar system. You know, I can see it going anywhere. Like, you know, I've only been active for about a year and a half now, and everybody and their mama know about it.
And it seems like you've been active more than a year and a half.
It does, and it feels like I have.
Hard worker, I'm telling you,
try,
and it pays off. It really
does. Like
what's your motivation?
It's just me. Like I'm just so naturally motivated.
Naturally ambitious.
I'm just one of those people. Like growing up, you know, you have so many examples of negative things. You see so much negative, and
Yes.
people are always telling you about the negative. And I was just that curious young lady that just was like, well,
Seeking-
what's good?
Yes.
Like, you know, like what's the good
Seeking,
stuff
yeah, like
happening?
seeking out
You
the
know,
positive.
so I always was curious. I always was looking for something new, something that sparked my interest. You know, my parents, they're very old school. They always, you know, they always say about, when I was growing up, we couldn't do all these things. We
Yeah.
couldn't do all this. And I'm like, well, it's 2014, mama. Like, I'm gonna need you to, you know,
You creating your own path.
yeah,
anyway.
I
You're
want
a
to
true
create my own
entrepreneur.
path, and you know,
Yes.
I know there are so many other people like me that are out there that want to be able to, you know, follow their dreams. They're dreamers just like me, and they, you know, they're trying to push forth and they want to do all these things, but they're just scared and they don't know how to do these things. So I want to be able to create a lane for those people to walk down and, you know, be that person that steps out there.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, well, if she can do it and be all
I-
crazy and,
that's
you know,
right.
and be all, you know, colorful about it, you know, then
I
I
can
can
do it
probably,
as well.
yeah, you know, I want to be able to inspire those people. So that's
Well,
why
do you have any words of advice for those people? That you
I
see
would
some
just-
people that are stuck in that
Yeah.
lane, are scared to step out.
I would just say, you know, just go for what you know. Like, you know, you don't have to be afraid to do these things, because, you know, whatever is in your head, it's probably 20 other people out there that that are thinking about
Same
the same
idea.
things,
Yeah.
want to do the same things. And, you know, if you step out there, you're opening doors for so many other people. And, you know, I always encourage people, you know, my younger cousins and everything, I always tell them, like, listen, it's okay to have a crazy dream and try and like go for it. Like it's people out here to do all kinds of stuff. You know, it's not that hard. You don't have to be afraid. It's like you don't just dream to keep on dreaming.
That's
you dream
right.
to
You
like,
dream to
you know, bring
step
these
out.
things
Yeah,
into
and bring it to
reality.
life. You're absolutely right.
So I was still, I don't know what I would be doing if I didn't have So Exquisite Charleston. Like, you know, I couldn't imagine it being any other way, because this is exactly what I
what you
had in
wanna
my
do. It's your
head. And it's
baby.
like, it's funny because I'm like, you know, when I was younger, I used to talk about doing this. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do all this stuff. And I would tell my friends, like, yeah, I'm going to have my own business. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to have all this stuff going on. I'm going
You
to
were
drive my,
speaking into
like, you know,
existence.
like, you know,
That's
I'm going
great.
to drive my Porsche to come
Oh,
to the
that,
class
Kimberly.
reunions. And it, like,
I know
was
you were
very,
definitely a very-
I was very confident about it.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
It's
Everybody
nothing
should
wrong with
be
it.
like that.
Yeah, and there's so many people, you know, I come across so many young ladies and so many other entrepreneurs that are just like, you know, where does all this come from? And I'm just like, it just comes from me.
Yeah, it's
like,
part
you
of
know,
you. It's who you are.
It's who I am, and
Yeah.
it's
And it's
yeah,
fabulous.
it's fabulous. It's awesome. Like, really.
So do you have a wish list? Do you have a wish list of people that you're wanting to interview in the future?
This is gonna, my wish list is gonna be so outrageous, but it's gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen though. Like,
believe you.
I'm
I'm
confident
in there
that's
with
gonna
you.
happen. You know, I want to be able to interview more people outside of Charleston.
Yeah.
Like, I see myself, me and Obama kicking it. You
That's
know,
right.
interviewing him about, you know, his 2 terms as president. I see myself interviewing. You know, I'm a big fan. I'm a big Jay-Z fan.
Okay.
I love Jay-Z. Anytime you get in my car, I'm always playing Jay-Z's
bumping
music.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, and I really like, you know, how he's like turned his life around. I really want to be able to interview him one day. You know,
just to hear that
done it.
journey.
Yeah, just
Yes,
to hear it.
I
And, you know,
understand,
just kick
yes.
it and just sit down and just, you know, just share our stories together. Like, so I would say Obama,
Okay.
Jay-Z,
And who else? Somebody else?
who else?
Well, if there isn't, I think that's a good. That's a
Yeah,
real
I would say
good wish
Obama and
list.
Jay-Z, dead or alive. Trying to think, dead or alive. If I had the opportunity to, I would really want to interview my grandmother.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
she actually passed away when I was a baby. I would really want to interview her because when I was growing up, you know, everybody, my sister and my cousins, and they were like, oh, I remember when Grandma used to do this.
Yeah.
And she used to make this cool stuff. And I'm just like, I don't have any memories of her.
definitely
You know,
a focal
so,
point in your family.
Yeah, she was a big
Yes.
focal point in my family. So I would, if I ever in some
Ever had a
alternate,
chance
alternate universe had an
You can
opportunity
tell
to
you're a
like,
writer.
yeah,
Very
or like
creative,
some alternate
yes.
universe to like sit down and have a conversation with her. Like,
That
I
would
would
be-
just want to talk to her and like get to know her and, you know, thank her for creating all these crazy people in my family.
So you're gonna have
Yeah.
to tell the people how can people get in contact with So Exquisite, read about it, Plug yourself. Let people know where to find So Exquisite at.
Well, if you want to find So Exquisite Charleston, you can type it into Google, Yahoo, any search engine. So Exquisite Charleston, SOEXQUISITE Charleston, or you can just type it in www.soexquisitecharleston.com. I have an app. I'm in the Google Play Store. I'm in the whatever the Play Store for iPhones are. The Apple Play Store. So you can go into there and type in So Exquisite Charleston. I have an app. I have the print version of the magazine, which it features.
And where can they find that at in stores right now?
I have some copies still at Fifth Ave Couture.
Okay.
It's a clothing store right next to the Ice Palace in North Charleston.
Okay. But you're gonna have some coming. You're working on the distribution deal.
I'm working on the distribution deal. So it's going. We're working on it. It's gonna be everywhere.
It's coming soon.
Yeah,
so
it's coming
expect
soon.
it.
Yeah. So I have the print version. I have the app. If you want to if you have the Mag Cloud app downloaded on your iPad or your iPhone, you can download it and purchase it on there. The same on my app. You can purchase any issue for 99 cents and read the whole thing on your phone.
Okay.
The website has all types of videos, interviews.
www.soexquisitecharleston.com.
And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
All the social media sites. Just put in So Exquisite Charleston. As you can see.
I'm so fun to talk to. Like, I'm such an awesome person. You guys should get to know me. Be my best friend.
Just a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Well, Kimberly, thank you for this interview. And you know I wish you plenty of blessings and
Same
success
here.
for So Exquisite Charleston.
Yeah, thank you.